I was not sleeping very well, and things were pretty tough, I'll have to say. I was very fearful. I would really have to say to anyone, especially a female, I was maybe 3 years into staying in the class, and I noticed I was no longer afraid of walking around campus, afraid of being anywhere. Even though I didn't know the martial art part of it, I still felt much more confident about myself. So I will tell you, meeting wonderful people was absolutely the highlight of my life, really. When we went to class, there were mostly young college people because they were all taking this class, Tai Chi class, from the professor, who was, of course, Master Joe. There were some young adults like myself, and then there were some older people, men and women. So to name a few, because some of these people are still around, still friends, still teaching and practicing Tai Chi, which is really wonderful. Sidney Austin was one of our first introduction. He and his partner, Angela Susi, were there very, very often. And it was a pleasure to be acquainted with both of them. Angela was such a big help to everyone, and she is still a friend of mine today. Susanna DeRosa and I have a lot of wonderful things to say about Susanna. Richard Green, I am sure a lot of you know Richard Green. Andy Schumacher, and an older woman called Estelle Lauder. She was a friend of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who, of course, as you know, was Chief Justice of the Supreme Court and a Rutgers professor at that time when I was taking Tai Chi classes. In 1978, I took a summer course in Chinese philosophy. I would have to take a lot of summer courses just to hurry up and try to get this degree within a reasonable length of time. During the break, which was an evening summer class, we would go outside and either walk around. I would go to one side of the building and do my form. Lo and behold, one of the students went outside on the other side of the building, and he was doing his form, which is called Kwang Ping, mostly done on the West Coast. Well, it turns out that student was Jay Dunbar. I know you all know Dr. Jay Dunbar. He was introduced to Master Joe. I kept telling him how wonderful he was. They met up, and of course the rest is history. They were really a very big influence in the Tai Chi world. Susanna, my dear, wonderful friend, is from Princeton. She teaches many classes still, and we had lots of fun. Although she's 10 years younger, and she was one of the young college students, she and I did a lot of practicing together. We did a two-person form called the Sancho, which is sort of like a choreographed application of postures. We did a stick form, couple of sword forms, double sword form, Dalu, which I love to this day, and I made a valiant attempt at trying to do push hands. Susanna stayed with push hands, and she's very, very good.